Hello, family and friends. Thank you for joining once again. Thank you for always being patient with us. Sometimes we work really hard, we work extremely hard at the back just to make it happen on time, but then it's not always working. But we really apologize for coming late again. And thank you, of course, for joining. You saw the powerful topic for today on being that on passive is a paradigm shift in mindset. And of course, you can see that we are heavily guessed it. We have none else but our own beautiful sister, all the way from Africa, Hawa Bokum. Sis, you are welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. An honor and a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Indeed, we are blessed to have you. Hello, Sister Gladys.
Hi, Sister Comfort, Sister Agua. Always nice to see you and to be seated together here. It's a blessing. So we look forward to a great discussion. Let's roll on. Thank you. Back to you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. So, guys, let's keep it going. Let's contribute in the chat. What do you think? Just looking at the topic on passive being a paradigm shift in mindset. So, I had a quick chat, or have a lot of back and forth with my sister Hawa. No matter whatever thing she would said, she came back to say the change of mindset is her thing. So, sis, we just want you to open up and tell us what you have in mind.
Thank you again, Sis Comfort, and delighted to be also with Sister Gladys that I admire with her nice songs. And I've been in on passive now more than 2 years. You came just 1 year before me because I followed your different shows. So when I arrived in on passive, I realized that there is a big job waiting for us. You know, when you want to uplift humanity, you have to be well equipped. You have to change your mindset. And as I do the interpretation for my French community, by profession, I am a conference interpreter. And then I am most of the time in our CEO shoes, even if I can't fit them that well. But I try to be in his shoes. And I realize that mindset is paramount to what we are doing. That's why you ask me many questions, but I told you, whatever you do, mindset shift is at the core of what OnPassive is doing. We can go in depth later on if you want. Otherwise, I can talk till tomorrow, my dear, about it.
I know this is on passive. Sometimes we talk and we forget to breathe. That is on passive, so everybody would understand you. So, Sister Gladys, you just listen to our sister Hawa. So, from your own end, what comes to mind on passive being a paradigm shift in mindset?
Sister Comfort, thank you, first of all, Sister Agua, for the words that you have shared. And truly, mindset is a big, big thing, and it's very central and a core in on passive. And
Mm,
we see from Ash himself. I think it has been a challenge to some of us. I should speak for myself to
mm,
kind of try to catch up. I can't even say match up, but catch up with the mindset of our CEO. But one thing that I know for sure, that positive mindset is key in
mm,
order to succeed in everything. Because no matter how good you want to do of a thing, if you don't have people who have positive mindset, and if you just get people who pull you down, if you are not strong, you will just drop. But having that strong mindset, you can face whatever it is. But as long as you know that the target is there and that's where you are aimed at reaching, no matter what comes along the way, as long as you stay focused, you stay committed to your goals or to your plan, you will achieve that which you want. So it brings me down to say that mindset is the core, is at the core of the values of OnPassive. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Sister Hawa, you said you wanted to break before you continue. Do you have something to continue from somewhere to add to what you said earlier on? I just want to let you ladies speak as freely as you want to, but then if it's time for me to ask questions, I'm always happy to do that.
Okay, sister. Thank you so much. I see that we are on the same line, and that's why we are here together. When we talk about mindset. Of course, our sister Gladys talked about positive mindset, but mindset has different components. You know, there is the positive mindset, but before that, there is an approach, there is an attitude. Because if you don't have something, you can't give it. And we are in unpassive. We are newcomers. We are in an environment that is different. We are not used to be in a company. I don't know if I should call it company, community, family, global family that is unpassive. Look at all those companies that are in ITs, that are globally on here. They never invited us to be part of them, but ONPASSIVE did. And even if my sisters, you live abroad, you live in developed countries, and me, I am here in Senegal. We come all from the third world. We were never asked to be part of something as big, as huge as ONPASSIVE. So now, if you are part of it, you have to, you need the mindset that is, you can break it down. Positive mindset, of course, and commitment. Because if you're not committed, if you don't believe in what you are doing, if you think there is no future, you can't go and take care of others. You can't go and empower women. You can't go empower young girls. You can't go empower children, because we women, we have a role, a strong, a huge role to play. If you want to educate a country, if you want to educate the world, you have to start with women, because women are playing the role of education at home. And hopefully today, I listen to you, my sister Comfort, and I see what you're doing is awesome. Not everybody is able to do what you're doing, you know, because you have to believe it first. And when you believe, you are committed. Now you have to act. If you don't do the action, whatever dream you have stays a dream. Let me quote again Ash. I remember one day he was saying, he was, because Ash every time is doing uh, de- uh, development, personal development for us.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that day he was saying, imagine you were on your deathbed, you were about to pass away, and your dreams are surrounding you. They say, pour us. You never realize that. Look at now, we're going to die with you. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
go away with you. What a pity. You see, a dream going to stay a dream unless you take action. And taking action is part of this mindset shift. Because when you are from third world, when you are a woman, when you are African, when you are black, people think that you can't realize things. They don't know we are strong, we are powerful, and we are smart, and we are given the opportunity to do so and to impact humanity. That's why this mindset shift is paramount in order to equip us with all what we need to accomplish what is expected from us.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That was just powerful, wasn't it, Sister Gladys? I was just nodding and nodding. I
Yeah.
never stopped. Right. Listen, so she said a lot, you know. I'm just happy, you know. So I think maybe you would like to comment, because she says you cannot give what you don't have, right? Empowering, like empowering women, empowering the communities and so on. It starts from that mindset, and all of those. You need to be committed, and all of quoting Mr. Ash. Do you want to comment on what she said? Do you have some other thing to add? Of course, I have questions waiting.
Thank you so much, Sister Hour. I enjoy listening to you, and I can listen to you again. You know,
Thank
you
you.
can speak what you just spoke today, tomorrow, the day after, and I will listen. And today you are our main guest, so we are going to let you do the talking. We are just here to support you with a few statements here and there, but you are our main guest, and we love our the ones who are supporting us, to have the privilege to hear you, because you have something that needs to be heard across the world. The world needs to hear this kind of words. And as you say, yes, we have so much to give. But I think sometimes we short sell ourselves.
Yes.
Sometimes we underestimate ourselves, not only being underestimated by others, but also contributing towards that. So when you have, like some of us where we were born and raised up, and I'm sure as you have spoken, unless you come out of that mindset of what you were told you could not do, you cannot do anything, you cannot progress anything. But once you discover your potential of who you were meant to be, the potential of who you are, you go for your goals, you have them, you set them, and they are fixed, and you are going after them. But when you have, you allow negativity, mindset is not only positive mindset, you can have a negative mindset as well. And there are people who love negativity. No matter what you do to help them to change, they just love where they are. They don't want to change. They believe that what they are doing is right, whether it's right or wrong. So having a positive mindset is just one aspect of that mindset that can enable you to achieve your goals. But when you are open to correction, because nobody's perfect, we all make mistakes. The difference is, what do we do with when we make that mistake? We pick ourselves up, we dust off, and move on. When we see something good, as you say, what, let's just take an example of Africa. So many people have different opinions of what Africa is like, and very few of those things are anywhere close to something positive. That's people have a negative mindset about Africa. But as we know, there's a lot of potential in Africa, in third world countries in general, and around the world. And that's what Ash has identified, that there is potential across the world. There's potential just enough as to a child in Senegal, in Papua New Guinea, same as a child in the US. The difference is the resources and the opportunities they are given to achieve their dreams. That's why he has created this wonderful movement. From a business, we know it's a business, it's a legit business, but it's now a movement to try and help people across the world, be it children, be it women, be it businesses, be it schools, anything, for people to be able to realize their potential. All that they need is a hand and a way, resources, in order to be able to accomplish this. And we have so many talents and dead gifts, that because of this mindset that we had from way before those years, we haven't broken to come out of the shell from those mindsets in order to be able to realize fully who we are. And I think by having this kind of conversations, this kind of exchanges, they help us to grow. Nobody has arrived. I have not arrived. I learn every day. When I listen to you, Sister Awa, speaking, I am also picking things from you for myself, so that I can also continue working on myself as I work towards my goals, as I work on my mindset, because trust me, on passive is too big. And unless we change our mindset of who we are and of what it is, we are going to miss out on a lot. That's why we have some people who may be complaining, oh, this is taking this long. It's because most likely we haven't expanded our dreams. As Ash keeps saying, expand your dreams, dream big. How can we do this if we do not shift our mindsets, so that we can grow into these big opportunities to be able to achieve our goals eventually? Thank you. Back to you, Sister Comfort.
Wow, thank you, ladies. You both are just wonderful, and I really do appreciate that. So, one thing, listening to both of you, it all has to do with mindset. It all has to start from the positive mindset, from the transformation of mindset and stuff. So, I am asking, Sister Hawa, maybe you would like to go first. Where we are standing now, Mr. Mufare has guaranteed us 100% success because he has done the heavy lifting. All is done for you and myself. We just need a finger to click one or two things to complete our own part, and we have this wonderful freedom. So, are you saying that even though from Mr. Mufare's part, he is done with us and he guarantees us this success? So, if you don't change your mindset to think another way, you will still fail, even though the success is sitting there in your palms.
Absolutely, my sister. And this mindset shift is not starting now. It's not starting now. Let me give you an example. You live in the UK, and I think there is lottery there as well as in the United States. And sometimes those lottery winners, they can have even $100 million, but within 3 to 5 years, they become broke. Why? Because they didn't have that mindset to be ready to handle, to manage that new situation that was it was not even looming. They were not expecting it. But us, when I talk about mindset shift, it's not something that we started now. There was one day we had this meeting again with Ash, and he was giving us a lot of personal development. Every day he says we are different, we are doing things in a different way. We are not here to make money, we are here to uplift humanity. And then I realized that something huge is coming, is looming, but we better get prepared before it comes, because when it comes it's too late. Ash was inspired and is still inspired by Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa didn't have the means. Ash will enable us to have the means. But what is happening in the mindset? It can't do it all. Each of us, each and every one of us has a role to play. That's why we set up a self-development group, personal development group, platform, and now it has almost 2 years. And every Tuesday we have a topic that we develop. Before that, we had just to show people how to use Zoom, even to use Zoom and to raise their hands. Some people didn't know how to do it. How can you participate if you can't have the floor? You see, we laugh here. But even me, I was not that smart in terms of ITs. But with ONPASSIVE, you become, knowledgeable in all domains. You know why? Because we are from different horizons, and each and every of us is ready to share his knowledge. So we had a psychoanalyst lady who has more than 25 years of experience. She's French and she's an Pacifian. She came to do a presentation on how people can go bananas, excuse me for the term, when you have money. And I think this is not the target of Ash Mufare. He doesn't want people to have money and just get lost and do whatever they want. No, he wants that each and everyone is a little Mother Teresa, a little Father Teresa, and do the job. We are extensions of Ash vision. That's why we called our community French community, and we have our talks, and every day we have a presentation, and people. But sometimes the worst people are those who think that they know everything. When you come, you say, yeah, I know everything. Whatever people say, yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. You can't be open-minded. Because when we talk about mind shift, we talk about open-mindedness. You need a learning attitude. A learning attitude in order to take whatever is available to you. Look at what we are having. There is no money yet. But what we learned, money can't buy. Money can't buy, my dear. And we have doctors, we have psychoanalysts, we have therapists, we have sociologists, we have doctors, we talked about all topics. in developing countries. We talked even about beggars that come from Niger to Senegal, and they go all, even they go to Cameroon, to Gabon, to Mali, and 3 years back, 10,000 women died in the desert of between Niger and Libya. You see, there is a job to do. We have to handle the situation to know what it is about. We do a brainstorming so that when the money comes, we are well prepared, well equipped to handle it and to take care of people. Because the knowledge that you can't share, that you can't use, is lost. Also, it's like that dream that you don't fulfill. You see,
Mhm.
that's the way. That's the way I see it. That's the way that the founders that are with me in the community, in the francophone community, what we are doing. We have different groups that we call thematic groups. Each group is in charge of poverty alleviation. Now we can say
Mhm.
even we can say poverty
All right. You know what? Sis, you
alleviation.
will leave this part because later on we'll move down to where you are going now. We need to
Yes. Now
discuss it. So, no rush. Yes.
I was just
Yeah.
I was just setting, doing I wanted to tell you what is at stake.
Yeah. All right.
Where
Sure. Definitely. That's what
where
I'm
we are
saying.
going, my sister, where we are going is important, but where we came from is also important.
Mhm.
In my mother tongue, I'm Fulani. They say when you fall, don't look at where you fall, but look at where you fall. That will
Oh
help
my.
you to understand what's happening. So now we are almost there. The apples are
Yes.
about to fall in our hands. That's
It's
why it's there, my dear. It's visible.
you're getting excited because you've just met. I know that Hawa. Yeah, but then I did not like identify you with Fulani. So the circle is just complete. It's just I'm
I,
just
I,
happy
I am
that
I
you
am
are
I am
here.
I am Fulani,
Yes.
but
Yes. Yes.
I speak
Oh,
7 languages.
I
Because
know.
I am
All
open.
right.
I am open-minded. I grew up
Yes.
in a family, in a huge family, so you learn also how to share. You learn how to behave with people, and I think that's why all of us we get together here because we are ready to give and to receive. But that learning
Exactly.
attitude was important. Now,
Right.
where we are now, my dear, if I dwell on all what I was talking about, is to say that it doesn't come within a twinkle of an eye. Some people,
Yes.
maybe some people are expecting, okay, just call me when the money is there. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, because if
Yeah.
you wait for the money to come, once it comes, you don't know what to do. But when you are prepared and you know where you are going, if you are lost, you can go back where you left. Also, another saying from my Fulani tribe. Anyway,
Yeah.
what I want to say
Wow.
is that just we are almost there. We know that some people are ashamed now because they didn't believe us. But we are believers, and we never quit. We never quit to quote you. Winners never
Yeah.
quit. But
Exactly.
those who lost never stayed. Those who lost
Exactly.
never
Thank you.
stayed.
Thank you, sis.
So
We'll
we know where
definitely
we're
there's,
going.
there's a point you raised which I badly want us to discuss. Because that's something we can't move from here since you brought it and you are back home representing us powerfully from home. Hold on, let Sister Gladys comment. After which, that is where we will spend a few more minutes before we round this show. So, sis, another Sister Hawa has said a lot of stuff. I picked a few stuff. It's made a lot of sense when she said the worst people are those who think they know everything and all of those stuff. They never go too far. But then she has said a lot. I know you were listening. As I want us to go back again to where we started. Do you also believe, like our sister, that with all that Mr. Mufare has given to us and we're holding in our hands right now, if you don't change your mindset, you will still fail, even though with success in your hands? Sister Gladys.
Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. Yes, I strongly believe that if we don't change our mindset, If we are not already working on our mindset, I know, as she has said, that I know many others who are already working towards, changing the mindset. If you don't do that, the problem is, and as we speak here, we are not therapists. We are just, speaking what we think. But this is what I strongly believe. If you are in on passive and has not changed mindset and has no plan of what to do, still on passive will launch. We know we have good products, you will make the money. And if you had not planned, if you had not taken that time to plan and know, put things in priorities from level 1, level 2, level 3, what you want to do, you can still earn. And just as lottery, I will encourage everybody to go Google, check on Google, lottery winners. Where are they now? There's a very sad story when you read about many of them, how they ended up. Honestly speaking, they could, they could be better if they did not win that money. Some of them got worse after that. So it's just the same as us. We've been given this opportunity. Yes, we know we are in a very good company, yes. But beyond food and clothing and a car and a house, what next? What next? So having that mindset that is planned from immediate goals to short-term goals to long-term goals is very key. If we don't, sorry to say, not to prophesy doom, but this is the fact that some of us might end up worse than we came in. And that's not the responsibility of the company. The company has given us what we were looking for. It has given us beyond what we were looking for. But have we done the right thing, or are we planning to do the right thing with what we have been presented with? If we were consumed with setting our goals and planning and thinking things 5, 10, 15, 20 years, generations to come, we will have very little time to complain. But importantly, so as our sister said, shifting mindset is very, very important. We cannot go around that. There is no shortcut about that. And if at all, as we call ourselves to be champions, to bring change around the world, starting from our own selves to our own homes, to our communities and cities, towns and countries, and to our continents, and in turn the world, unless we change our mindsets, there's no way that we will be able to accomplish this. Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, sisters. Sister Howard brought this up. Sister Gladys, I'm not sure if you have time to take down a sip of water because you are going first, right? We all, the entire world has sat and watched our brothers and sisters die on their way on seeking greener pastures. We know all of this. So sorry guys, I'm sorry. So we all know because we see it, we watch it every day. Parents borrow money, they do odd stuff, they pay houses for them to walk to seek greener pastures where they're just far away green hills. They're not as green as they see them from far away. Does this have, Sister Gladys? I want to be a devil's advocate here. Earlier on, you said Africa has got a lot of potential, but people don't see it. But we ourselves, we don't see how much we've got. So, can we discuss this? Has this got to do with mindset or not? Because if you can be able to raise $5,000, that is good money back home. Is it worth it to walk across and die in the Amazon along the Mediterranean and stuff and stuff? Has this got to do with mindset or not? Can we talk this out? Can we talk to our families back home and stuff? Change of mindset. I don't know if it makes sense. Excuse my emotion, guys, but it's not a good thing. It feels bad. Sister Gladys, just comment on this. I know that you know what we want. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. And this is a topic that actually touches all of us, and I'm sure many who are on and some who will come about this clip. Anytime we reach this moment of discussing how we have seen Our loved ones perish, in ships, in the oceans, trying to cross. It hits home. We have seen, even for us who have gone to the diaspora to seek for greener pastures. I'm very sure there are so many people who can relate to the fact that they have to do 2, 3 jobs just to be able to put food on the table. There are students who work and go to class, they don't have time to sleep. And you can imagine the damage this is doing to the bodies, and you don't feel it until you reach that age when your body starts loudly calling for your attention. And this is why we are very, very passionate about on passive. This is why we are very, very passionate about Mr. Ash Mufare, because these are some of the things that he has looked into. And he has come up with this company, which, if we have the right mindset, using the products within the company, these are some of the situations that we can mitigate even on our own, even before Obless actually comes in big as a company. There are things that we can do. Again, we go back to the mindset. Unless we change the mindset, we cannot change anything. But if we do, for sure, we will. Look at Academy. We have Academy that will be coming. I don't want to give the timeline, but this will be an online learning platform. If we have that platform, and as Ash has promised, it will be a reasonable price, I don't see why people, many people will not want to study while they are where they are in their countries without struggling. During our time when we were coming, I remember their parents who sell land completely, land that the ancestors have owned, to send their kids to come and study abroad, or themselves to come. Due to, being legalized to stay in these countries, a long process, and I'm sure to in the UK as well. We have families torn apart, because of the same, because they have to go through the legal process in order to be reunited, which sometimes there are people who say they have been here for like over 20 years, still hoping that one day they'll be able to be reunited with their loved ones. Those are issues that are very, very painful, but I believe that as we continue addressing them and speaking about them, and the more people hearing about this and reaching out and finding out what's this on passive, what is it about, and being able to understand more and changing the mindset, also understanding the fact that we can get also the best back home, in Africa, in other countries, different countries that are struggling in PNG, not to sing only to, but I'm sure there are so many countries that are going through the same thing. We can get better. We can capitalize on our resources, which are actually some of them being shipped out of the continents instead of helping the countries that have those resources. So this is a topic that I would love for us to continue discussing, but I believe that with change of mindset, yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay, Sister Hawa, I think it's your turn. You just want to, you, especially that you are at home and you are nearer to our brothers and sisters than we are here. Sometimes maybe you just need a sister to talk to them face to face. It's possible and stuff. What kind of education would you be giving them otherwise? I know that before on passive, everybody would encourage, but now there's on passive as a business, there's on passive as businesses within a business, you have the education and all and all and all. What do you want to say when it comes to this sad situation that our people are going through?
Thank you, Sister Comfort. And I would like also to stress what Sister Gladys said. I have lived in both sides. Before I was in France, where I did my studies, and I've been in the United States, in India, in Madagascar. I've been in a lot of countries, different continents. Why I insist about mindset shift? If you think that you're worthless, what can you have? You're worthless. You don't even like yourself. The first thing to do is like yourself, appreciate yourself. And then now, again, you can't give what you don't have. Look at my dear. What happens is what? It is the same thing everywhere. Our brothers, sisters, and children are dying. They take makeshift boats and they die even in the ocean. Do you know why they die in the ocean? There are some people that are waiting for them and they kill them in the ocean sometimes. Have you ever seen those videos? It's that's something that is it's not, it's like a balloon sometimes, and they take take kind of big forks and they try to drown them in the ocean. How a human being can do that to another human being? Because he thinks that because of the color of that human being or because of his origins, he's worthless. And why people are going to look for greener pastures? They don't exist anymore. Maybe before, but they don't exist anymore. Here in my country, there are people that were abroad. They're coming back home. They're implementing their own businesses. And believe me, they thrive with that business because at least they're home. But when your mom, the little jewelry that she has, plus your auntie, even sometimes your dad sells something and they give you the ticket, you go and you die. You're the only child. Everybody was relying on you. Because in Africa, what happens? One person feeds, I can say, even 50 people. One person feeds 50 people. Do you know how much the diaspora is receiving, for example, for my country? They say it's a 5 billion CFA per day that is coming from abroad. But it's just something that they invested to send those people abroad. Now they are giving back. But even this is not possible anymore. When you think that you have to go abroad to succeed, you go abroad, you clean toilets, you clean dead people. Yeah, some people, they clean dead people. And in the night, they shout, they scream, they scare. Because whatever you do, it is hidden. People can't say that you are cleaning toilets and you send money and you are helping your family. But when you stay home, you can have a business. You can bring bread at the table without having all this suffering. People don't pay attention to you. They say, these people, again, they are here. But how many people are successful in our countries? All the wealth is here, my dears. The wealth is in Africa. Minerals, oil, whatever. That's why also we have wars. Because there are people behind that don't want us to get along together. And while we are fighting, they are doing exploitation of our minerals, of our wealth. Usually when I talk to people, I say, don't go. There is nothing. They say, oh, you went there already. That's why you were saying that. But I know what I'm talking about. Because me, when I went, I was working and at the same time studying. But there are people, they never get a chance to finalize their studies. Because it's like turning around into the cycles, As you said, Sister Comfort. When you go, you work, even Sister Gladys, you said it. You go to work, you come back home, you have to do your homework for university or high school. You can't do it because you are tired, you are exhausted. You can't do it. Your brain is drained. You see? So what I do is that I talk to people and I bring their attention. I told them, you don't need to go, because I have seen some examples. We have some successful stories of people who are here, who are CEOs of big banks, etc. And they never put a foot outside. They studied in our countries and they were successful. So now what I think is that about what we are having here, We know what is the need. We know the need, and it's just a small businesses now. All even the youth, they are self-made people. Some of them, they don't go to university, because when you go to university, you pay, it's expensive, and you don't have you can't even see the teacher. Imagine,
Wow.
you can't see the teacher. The teacher is at the other side, and you are just listening. You have the speakers. How can you succeed? How can you succeed? Because
Exactly.
what we have academy, and now I can even do my. There is something that I wanted to do long time ago. I didn't. My Spanish studies, even I have a degree in Spanish, but I didn't go further. I can
Mhm.
study Spanish while staying at home.
Exactly. I think that's a dream that everybody has, Sister Hawa.
Yes,
That's a
yes.
dream that everybody has. Everybody is ready to go back and do that thing they wanted to do. So, if we want to list what is happening and all of these things, it will go on and on and on and on. So, I would like us to use this last opportunity now to just present the unpassive opportunity to our people back home, because now, as we speak, hundreds and thousands of young Africans are still running helter skelter, wanting to beg, borrow, or steal to go to the diaspora, where there is just it's just a mirage. There's nothing. We are speaking from there. You have been there and you are back home. Up, obviously, you are more comfortable where you are because you're at home. So let's use this opportunity, rather like let's present this opportunity to our younger ones back home, that this is what Unpassive has, this is what it has to offer. If it's job, if it's education, just go from your perspective. Sister Gladys, maybe you want to go first so that our sister will take the rest.
Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. On passive, as you have heard from this discussion, is a business, number one, and it's a movement which is committed towards uplifting humanity. And the beauty of this business is that you can own it. You can own the business within On Passive by subscribing to the products of On Passive, which means even if you've not been in to be there during the developing process or the building process of on passive since 2018, there is an opportunity coming. And this is what, if I had to get mics and scream for many people to hear, as many as possible back home, is that this is a privilege, actually, that this opportunity of a startup company is being made available to the world. So there is still an opportunity. It's not too late. You can come in as an affiliate. And as we have heard from the owner of the company, Mr. Ash Mufare, he has said that these products will be at a reasonable price, which means for a certain fee, you can own a product. And the beauty of it is that if you own the product, for example, or Connect, which is a virtual meeting platform or application, if I pay a fee and own that product, then I don't have to worry about advertising, selling, or creating the website for this product to be sold. The company will do everything for you in terms of driving traffic to your site, advertising your business, that's your product, selling, and then sharing whatever the revenue they earn, sharing a commission, the commissions with you. And this is based on the number of sales from the company. And the beauty of this is that this is a business that is grounded on morals. This is the missing link in many businesses. It's a business that is after the people. It's for the people. You know, it's not just the CEO wanting to pocket, and run everybody else dry, but he's trying to uplift as many people as he can. So this is an important opportunity. We cannot go into the details of discussing all the products that we have, but if you are interested in finding more, just click at the description box or and see more information there of this video. Or if anybody has shared or you have had a friend mention anything to do with on passive to you, go back and ask them, can you tell me a little bit more? This is an opportunity. We don't want to leave many behind. We want as many people to come in as possible, because on passive is unlimited. So I just leave it at that without going too much into details. And maybe my sister can add something. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Sister Hawa, it's your turn. Just briefly tell them what passive is all about and what is
Sister
massive
Gladys,
effectively.
I learned a lot from you, my dear Sister Gladys. Gladys, I follow you all the time. You have very good ideas. What I would like to say is just now is the time. You know, remember we were hunting people. Now we are the prey. People will hunt us because we have everything that we can show. We can show, we can touch, we can share things. We can share our apps, and O Connect is amazing. You know me, during the COVID, I almost worked from home remotely as an interpreter. And I know that with O Connector, it's going to be, amazing because the functionalities, nobody has seen it somewhere. Even those who are taking care of my computer, I showed them just a little bit, and they are eager they are now affiliates. You know what I mean? So, what I would like to say that there is no problem. We know that now we are equipped. We did our self-development, our personal development, because we knew where we were going. We had our ideas. For example, for us, we set up different groups for health, education, water, and sanitation, and all that. We know that on passive also there is a phase where we will take care of water and sanitation and health and all that. So when we talk to the youth and we tell people don't go, and they say why, we can say because you have this and this and this, and they say, really, show me. And then they follow us. When they follow us, it's not just a following, but even as an affiliate, they can make money. They don't need to go for those greener pastures that were not true. As I've witnessed something very horrible. People that are living in basements that are, humid, and they are sick. They have TB. They have everything, and they can't even come back home. Sister Comfort. I don't want to cry, but me, I am very sensitive about that, and I've lived that because I've seen a Senegalese guy. He just came in America, and he went to jail that same day. You see? And his mother didn't want him to come back because she was ashamed. You know why we don't succeed? Because we are ashamed of ourselves. Let's say that we can do it, we can make it, and there is someone who trusted, who has put his trust on us. It's Ash Mufre. So who can stop us? Nobody. We can go higher and higher and higher, and we uplift humanity. And we show that also from the third world, things can happen because all the wealth is in the third world. Why? Because we are poor. People are not leaving us alone, and they still here because there is something, and we take care of that something. But the first thing that we have to take care of is our youth. And as I said it earlier, via women, because we are the mothers, we have them from our womb. And I remember one day I was asking Ash if we can't have an excellence a scholarship that is devoted to smart children, gifted children from zero to hero, and we have these kids on joy and all that. We're gonna put another meaning to all that and give new education comfort. As you are doing this, you will have something to your contribution will be in giving a new meaning in the education of our children, because everything starts at the beginning, during education. And in your education, if you think you are weak, if you think you are useless, you grow up being useless in your mind. So this paradigm shift is mindset shift has to follow us all the time until we have a good education system that will empower our communities and our populations via on passive, of course.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. If I
Yeah.
may interrupt, just to add on top of what she said, as we
Mhm.
try to tell people more about on passive, one thing that I would like everybody to realize is that joining on passive is free. You
Yes.
don't have to pay to know what's happening in on passive to get access to the free products. Currently, we have 3 free products, which if you come in, you can have access to a video emailing platform. You can learn more while you are in. You can have access to OTrim, a product which you can trim your link to use. You can have access to ONET, which is a very sophisticated social networking platform which is secure. I just wanted to add that. So if anybody has mentioned to you about OnPassive, ask them, tell me more about the free products. You don't have to wait to pay to come in. Thank you for that chance, Sister Comfort.
You give
Exactly.
me a chance. Comfort, excuse me, and
Yes,
I
please.
agree with my sister Gladys. It's a free, and while it's a free, you make money. And now, when you make money and you want to withdraw that money, you can now go further, and that is a that is even a wonder. That is a wonder. And
Yeah.
I wanted to say also, thanks to artificial intelligence, we will touch maximum of people. We will have more time for our loved ones because artificial intelligence will do the job while we are hanging on with our families, loved ones, and we are visiting each other around on passive community. Isn't that
Right.
beautiful? This is really uh, awesome.
Right.
Thank you for having me, my dear.
Wow. So this is just wonderful. This was more than special. See who is watching you, Sister Hawa. Just look on the screen and see who's watching you speak
I
right
see.
here.
Oh my God. This is entusiasmo.
Thank
Oh
you for
my
joining
God.
us, Marty. So, guys, I
And
just apologize that I had to go emotional because this is something that touches me deep down my heart. I know that we've been keeping you already enough, so we cannot go into the nitty gritties of this. But then, the main issues we have seen out there, we can put a stop to this. And hello, Africa, you are just a whole package of your own. You don't need that much. You don't need to go anywhere to be. You can make your own African dream. America has there's this American dream that everybody wants is looking up to. The African dream is bigger than any other dream you can ever think of. Stay at home. You don't have to go. You can only go when you can afford and when there's need. When you struggle by walking and going through all of these, it breaks our heart. It breaks the hearts of families. We lose you. It's
yeah.
painful. That's
Mm,
not the way to go about it. We're not saying that you should not go around and see the world, but do it the right way. Here
mm,
is the opportunity. Go for it. Just ask a question. Most of the people watching here, if you look from the comment, they know what Unpassive is all about. Somebody might have made just a comment that appeals to you. Go after that person and say, tell me more. They'll definitely help you. It's just free of charge. Sign up, join, and then we tell you the next. We hold your hand and make it happen just right where you are. So, guys, it was not intended to be like this, but then I think God planned it to be the way it turned out. We just thank my sister Hawa for joining us today, Sister Gladys for at least for joining me to co-host and to contribute powerfully, and of course, as an unpassive family, we will do it because we are able to do it. We are well empowered. All of us, we're living from that order, from the positive mindset, because Mr. Mufare has done just his job, from the products to imparting the knowledge, the right knowledge into us and grooming us. I think that we are ready and the world is ready to receive us. Thank you, wonderful family. Thank you, sisters, and see you again really soon. Thank you, guys. Bye.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.